credit score. Yeah, we're getting into it. I'm not a financial guru, baby. I'm just a regular little black girl in the DMV trying to get her life together. Don't fall for it. It's a trap. They want you to be in debt because they make money off of us that way. Then we have the 80% of my card being utilized. I had to like take care of some things. I've been doing nothing. I've been at home. Well, I haven't been doing nothing, but nothing worth vlogging. So I had a lot of computer stuff I needed to get done, like emails being sent, invoices being sent. I have a video call meeting with my manager at 5 o'clock, which I'm so excited about because usually my meetings are at 7 because they're in Australia, so the time difference, but I don't have to be up late for that. So I already took my shower. I put on a cozy like little Gymshark set and I'm gonna make some food in a bit, but I wanted to talk to you guys about some like personal computer stuff I was getting into earlier this morning. I might have had some footage here that I recorded about credit score. Yeah, we're getting into it. I feel like on my journey of becoming like debt free and getting more involved in what's going on behind the scenes with my finances, things that you don't really look at every single day and pay attention to, like your credit score, are important things to get into so you can see where you're at as a whole. I always knew I had like good credit. It's okay right now. It could be better, but it's also not the worst. So I'm having a goal. I was making like some goals that I want to also focus on for the rest of this year, and that is to increase my credit score. So I was just doing some computer research on things that I can do to help with that, and I don't know, I might share them in this video, but I don't know if they're gonna work. I want to like actually try, test them out and see how it improves over time. So it does take like 30 to 45 days to see, you know, credit card payments show up on your credit score report and all of that. But I did just get like Credit Karma, and I also downloaded the app on my phone as well, just so I can kind of monitor it and see the changes that are being made. My car hasn't really shown up on there, so I think it will probably soon. That will impact your credit score when you close out like a loan and all of that interesting stuff. So if you guys would like, maybe I can make a challenge on like how to improve your credit score, X amount points, and see how much I can kind of get. For myself, I definitely want to get to the excellent bracket point. I don't know if that's far-fetched. I just want to be in the excellente. You know what I'm saying? So that's my personal goal that I'm working towards, and I'm happy that I actually kind of dove into that this morning. I feel like maybe this is your sign to check your credit report if you have not. Build credit if you don't even have credit. Some people don't even have credit and they're starting with a very low score, and maybe you want to know how to like increase your credit score. You might be a younger person, and I feel like younger people don't typically have credit history. Some people don't even have a credit card, which having a credit card helps build credit. I'm trying to take what I'm learning and apply it to my life moving forward, not just in this phase that I'm in to be debt free. Like, this is just all new stuff that I am supposed to be learning for a purpose. Baby, it's a little too late. I should have known all these things prior, but you know, I'm in this chapter of my life right now. So yeah, I don't think it's smart to close a credit card account, even if it's paid off. Yeah, I'm trying to be debt free, but closing that account that I just paid like would drop my credit score. So keeping that credit line open is a way for you to continue to build your credit and allow like, let's say you ever want to take out, I don't know, a loan for a car. If you have a credit card and the limit isn't even really full, like you haven't really used much of it, maybe you have a limit of like, I don't know, $10,000 and maybe you only use like 10% of that, then you're probably going to get a better interest rate when it comes to getting a loan because you have good history with money management. So definitely keeping up my credit card that is paid for, because that's something that helps with your credit score over time. Auto pay is gonna be your bestie. I always make sure to pay things on time, because you have late fees, yes, but that could also affect your credit score if you pay things late. So auto pay through your bank accounts or through whatever the system is that you're using, like a phone provider, you know, set that up so you don't have to ever remember, oh shoot, I gotta pay my phone bill, or oh shoot, the utilities are coming out, or oh shoot, I gotta pay this credit card, it's due. But you know, processing time takes a few days as well. So you definitely don't want to be late on those, because that will also affect your credit score. So pay your bills on time. And then what I was learning when I was researching, like I said earlier, about having, you know, some line of credit open to help build your credit score, it should be about 30% of your credit limit that you should be utilizing. I am not there. Okay, but we're working to get it down there. Actually less than 10%. But that is definitely a goal, is to maintain that moving forward. If I have to use it for emergencies, cool. But now that I have like this goal of like paying off my credit card and we get it down to 0, we're not gonna have to go back to the mess that I made in my 20s of being in credit card debt and, you know, having a loan for my car and just debt in general. I don't want to go down that road, because I know honestly right now how hard it is to get rid of it. I'm not gonna say this is a burden for me, because I'm learning so much along this way. I'm learning about ways to increase, you know, my credit score. I got my credit score with a little app. Download you an app, get Credit Karma. There has been some research that I was looking at today that said Credit Karma necessarily isn't the best when it comes to looking at your score, because banks don't use the same system that Credit Karma uses. But I would say take it with a grain of salt. Use it as a baseline. If you need to like get an apartment or something, I'm sure your score will reflect the same when the apartment leasing people are looking at your credit score. You know, that might be a completely different method than what the banks would look at to get you a personal loan or get you a mortgage or something like that. But that's what somebody was saying when I was looking at some articles. Again, I'm not a financial guru, baby. I'm just a regular little black girl in the DMV trying to get her life together. So I thought I would just drop some of this stuff in this video today and maybe inspire somebody, like I said, to check your credit score, baby, like I did, and get it together. Because sometimes if you don't check your credit score, you don't even know what's going on. You don't even know where you're sitting at. You don't know if you're in the green, if you're in the red, baby. You don't even know. You could be excelente and you don't even know. So it is nice to be able to just be aware of those things. And I feel like if you're working to increase it, checking it is a good place to be. Sometimes it might not even reflect what's accurate. So going through and tweaking that and correcting those things is also beneficial, because again, it's attached to your name, and if something's not right, hold up, you need to go and fix it and figure out how to get something off there that is not accurate. And then also what I learned is it takes about 30 to 45 days for things to show up on your score, because my last credit card payment was not reflected in my debt ratio. So I'll have to just give it time to actually show up in my account. And there used to be a rule like, oh, checking your credit score decreases your credit score, but on like Credit Karma, for example, it is like a very minor way to check it, so it doesn't really affect it. According to the research, I don't know, girl. I'm still like learning. This is day one of me getting into this. So I thought that was very interesting to note, because I was one of those people that thought, oh, if you get Credit Karma and you're refresh every single day, baby, it's gonna drop your score. But apparently, services like that don't really affect it or impact it in a big way. It is a lot, you guys, to break down on this journey. I don't know where you guys are at with your journeys, but girl, it is overwhelming. You have credit scores to check up on. You have credit card debts, loans to pay off, interest rates you got to deal with. Bill collectors might be ringing you up. And then you have like all these things in the background that you don't even really know about. Like I said, the credit score for me is like in the background, because it's not really something that you see every single day. And there's just, again, a lot of awareness that is coming to me at this time. And it is overwhelming as a whole, but it almost is kind of like setting, I'm not going to say a game. I mean, the game of life, you know what I'm saying? They don't have this on the game board of life, but it should be. But it is just like one of those things, like it just feels like a game in a way for me. Like, oh, I can work on this and have this goal. Like, let me see how much I can improve my credit score by doing this, this, and that. Or I can see how much debt I can pay off in this month with the money that's coming in. And, you know, I could make a budget for the week of $100 and see how I can do with that. And fun meals I can make with my budget that I have. Or, you know, those struggle meals that we have at home. I've been having a lot of those because I have these goals attached to, you know, my life right now, and I'm like, ooh, like I don't even care to order food. Like I'm gonna enjoy this struggle meal because I know that it's getting me closer to the big picture. We can struggle for a short period of time, right? But we're gonna thank ourselves in a couple of months, in 1 year. Like next year, I know I'm gonna be so happy for this, and I'm not even gonna remember the struggle. I'm gonna be really soaking in and absorbing the hard work. And for me, I think it's gonna be worth it. Let me work it. Put my thing down, flip it, and reverse it. I don't want to ever be here again. Like, I don't want to be in this situation. And someone asked me about financial literacy. Like, oh, did your parents ever teach you about your finances? Like, I don't understand how you ended up in this situation. I think I took like a lot of business and marketing classes. I believe I took a finance class in there for 1 year. But I honestly believe that our school systems should make everybody, not as an elective, but everybody mandatory should have a finance class as well as a home ec class. There are some people that don't even know the basics in the kitchen. Kendall Jenner doesn't know how to cut a cucumber, for example. Like, it's just like those basic tools that we actually need in our lives. Yes, my parents taught me about finances. I think in a few vlogs back, I had a chat with my dad, and I thought that was really cool. I haven't necessarily uploaded that video yet, but it will be going up definitely before this vlog. So my mom has always talked to me about, you know, paying your credit, or I don't know, you know how you're just young and go through one ear out the other. Yeah. I'm like, yeah, don't worry about me, I got it. Whatever, you know, you're a kid, you're in your 20s, you think you know everything, whatever. Like, I wasn't really ever focused on those things, as you know, for my initial $30,000 in debt video. But for me, like, you can be a millionaire and still be broke. It's not about how much money you make. You can make it work for you and your cost of living wherever you live, or whatever, your lifestyle. But it's about how you manage your money, not about how much money you make. So for me, there was no money management, which is how I ended up in this situation. So I'll do another video on that in detail about like the real reality of things like interest, because that was something I was also diving into today. But that's just too much talk for this video. I think we just need a break from the money stuff for a while. Like I said, I'm not a financial guru on YouTube, so I really don't want all my content to revolve around this type of stuff. I don't know, but it is nice to share things that I'm learning along the way that are big freaking eye openers. And girl, I can't be out here continuing to live down this downward spiral, you know, even if it's like in the front of my mind or pushed in the back like it was. Like, we need to bring this to the front of our minds, deal with the issues that are in front of us so that we can move on. Yeah, that's my message to myself. These little Kayla talks are for me, baby. So I don't know who else needs to hear this, but hopefully it helps bring some insight on the fact that you are not alone, and you can still be, you know, like me in your 30s trying to get it together. Okay, it is okay. You are not alone. I hope I'm not getting sick, for real. Being outside at that game with all those people. And I need to finish planning and tweaking my schedule for this week. I've been so obsessed, as you guys know, with my iCal. So it's looking a little crazy. It's looking a little busy and overwhelming, but my goal has been to upload 5 videos a week. And I'm just trying to structure that out for my content and make sure that I know what days I'm going to be posting, because that'll definitely help me out when it comes to you know, managing my social media. Planning definitely helps me just kind of stay on track and keep up with everything that's going on for my work stuff, but also know that I'm going to take time today to work on my personal goals and do some reading and some research and dive into my own stuff personally and see what's going on in the background. So I'm not feeling overwhelmed, actually. I need to ask my manager where's my paycheck. That's what I need to ask him, because girl, I need to put that in my planner. I have a tracker that I've used for years that monitors all of my sponsors because they're all different, you know, month to month. I might make X amount on this sponsor this month, but I'll never hear from them again. But I don't like doing that. I like to work with the same people and have solid relationships that I'm in communication with, because I like working with people that I actually wear or, you know, use because it's organic and it makes sense for me. So I like to just keep up with that and check off when, like, have they paid me yet? Is it pending review for the content? Is the payment pending right now? XYZ, just so I know what's going on with my money flow. But that's also something else I want to get into, like my payday routine and stuff like that. So I might break that down into another vlog if you're interested, for like the influencer freelance style. Girl, I don't know. There's a lot in my mind that's been cooking. I just need to write everything down in like a video dump and outline it, because my vlogs will make no sense if I just start yapping away like I am right now. So if that's something you would like to see, let me know in the comments. I don't know, but I'm gonna go make this smoothie, girl. This is 20 grams of protein, so this doubles as my protein powder. And I personally prefer it better than a milk-based protein shake. And this one is in the pineapple flavor. This is also in pineapple, and they go beautifully together. Just do one scoop. I've kind of gotten into the habit of not using ice in my Stanley, and I've been just drinking room temperature water. And I love that for me. I don't know why, it just tastes so much better. I'm a room temp water girl. What the heck? Still gonna eat it though. I wish they came out with like a ricotta, because I've been dying to do like a dairy-free stuffed shells. I don't know why, like that used to be my favorite thing to eat, but all the ricottas are made with like almond oil or cashew. We need some more creamy stuff with this. Maybe I could use that. No, that wouldn't be a good substitute. Maybe I can hop on Google, but I'm gonna have this with my green smoothie, a little breakfast. This is pretty good, but I really want to work to raise my credit score. That's just weird how they give you a different score for different platforms. I guess because it's the FICO score.
Yeah, it's, you know, each one has their own criteria and stuff.
Yeah, but then we have the 80% of my card being utilized on my other accounts. So we're definitely working on that one. The more you know. I'm just trying to like educate myself more. And take in whatever you guys tell me so it doesn't go through one ear and out the other.
Okay.
Yeah. I guess I'm gonna let you go. Get some rest, please.
I'm just down here working.
And you sick. Go take a nap or something.
Okay.
Love you.
Love you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Remember how earlier I was talking about how banks have different like credit methods? Well, my dad, I was telling him, because everybody know everything apparently. My brother already knows I got Credit Karma today. But anyway, he was telling me about Experian and how he got Experian, and he had a experience where he was using Credit Karma, and then he checked Experian and his credit report showed higher than his Credit Karma, and it's because Experian has the FICO score. So I was like, hold on now, let me go check and see what my FICO score is. So I made an account, super easy. This is not ad, by the way, it's just like things that I'm doing. So it actually was higher than my Credit Karma. So it's still in like the good range. It's sitting at 721, which is really nice to see. You know, a little bit of like increase is still like really nice, even if it's a few points. And this actually tells me like my length of credit history is sitting at exceptional, amount of new credit, exceptional, credit mix, very good, and then amount of debt, fair, which we already know, we're working on that, it's in the red, so we're definitely going to improve that for our goal. So 721 out of 850, like this is really, really nice. So I'm glad that I have both, and now that I know that there is a difference in the way that they read their credit, your credit report is really nice. So yeah, it was free to create as well. So I'm just learning a lot of things today, and I'm just trying to take it like one thing at a time, just so I'm not overwhelmed like with, you know, everything all at once. So this was a very nice start to diving into getting some higher points. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Hey, how are you? Back on my chickpea. BS, you guys. I actually seasoned this quite spicy. Like all that flavor. You can switch up the seasoning and get a really good taste every time. So I basically just did some garlic powder, pink salt, black pepper, hatch chili flakes, and this is the star of this show. I thought this would add a nice flavor, because when this cooks, they're like big chunks of like, I don't know, tomatoes and onions and stuff. They kind of like puff up since they're dehydrated. So I thought this would be nice over my rice. I might add like a chicken fillet from just bare to get some protein in. And I don't have like fresh protein, so struggle meal, but make it yummy. So go get this at Trader Joe's if you need some good spices. This is amazing in like chicken breast. Has a little bit of a kick to it, and also in spaghetti. They'll get really crispy. I need to get more veggies because this is all I have left, and I don't like these, but I bought them, so I found them in the back of the freezer. I'm gonna eat them. They're the cuts of the broccoli, so basically it's mostly the stems. I don't know. I don't think I really bought this on purpose. I think I accidentally picked this up. So we're just gonna use whatever's left. Yo, there's only 3 florets in here. Some veggies are better than no veggies. So, you already know I love these. They're really good if you are like feeling lazy or you just want to have some protein, you know, readily available. I don't know if I want to do 2 or 1. Girl, I'll be eating. I'll make 2. Girl, I overcooked the broccoli. Y'all, I messed up my food. I overcooked the broccoli, and I don't do mushy broccoli, so no veggies. This is all of the chickpeas, the filet with some honey, and then some rice with some salt and earth balance. And I know I'm wrong for not having veggies, but I don't have any, so struggle meal. Could be worse, you know? So I'm gonna eat this, and then I'm gonna catch you. It's been umpteen days, 24 hours. I'm still burning till you return. I have about 15 minutes before my oxy shred wears out, and then I gotta go for renal. But I kind of wanted to conclude this portion of the video. I knew that when I initially filmed the vlog that I was gonna want to come back in about a month or so. I feel like it's been about a month. I filmed that video last month in February. Today is like March 12th. What's today? Yeah, March 12th. So I want to talk about my experience using Credit Karma and like the app version, because you know you get notifications through that, and who it might be for and who should probably avoid getting the app. And I also want to update you guys on my credit score since initially looking into it and finally getting Credit Karma. My parents have been telling me for the longest, specifically my mom, like, get Credit Karma. Went through one ear, out the other. So if y'all are already on the Credit Karma train, this video is probably not for you. This is for the girls like me that just did not give a fuck about checking your credit score. And that is terrible to say, because I always knew and assumed that, okay, I had good credit, because whenever I would get ready to move, I was looking for apartments, fill out the applications, you know, they run your credit score, always come back good credit. And same thing with wanting to get like a new car, ran it, got approved in literally like 5 minutes. So I always just assumed it was good without actually looking deeper into it to find out what my score actually was and what that means on this scale. So yeah, don't just be out here assuming like I was, and my battery is about to die. So maybe this video is for a girl like that felt the same way that I did, that just really didn't care too much, as long as, you know, you wanted something, a loan, you wanted to buy something on a plan like a new iPhone, and you know, you make those monthly payments. Pretty sure they check your credit for that. So if you just aren't really aware, this video might be for you. I'm looking for a battery. Sorry y'all, 1 second. Okay, sorry. It's also a vlog that might be for a girl that is trying to have that self-awareness. I told you guys early on when I started my debt-free journey and, you know, getting rid of my credit card bills and just eliminating my monthly expenses, I wanted to be very aware of everything that was going on to help me make better decisions, better purchases, to be more in the know about what's going on financially. So diving into my credit was definitely something that I wanted to get familiar with. So I finally got Credit Karma, like I said, like last month, and on this scale it will give you like a general scale of where you fall with your credit score. You know, you can have poor credit, you can have excellent credit. I'm in the good. I would love to be like very good by the end of this year. And let me open up the app, because one thing I don't like about the app is the notifications. If you are a girl that is sensitive to, I don't know, congratulations, like you qualify for this credit card, you're constantly getting those types of letters in the mail from new credit card companies, maybe don't get the app. I don't like that they are constantly bombarding me with new credit cards that I'm available to kind of apply for. I absolutely hate that. And when you start paying down your debt, you're gonna notice you're gonna get an influx of letters in the mail like that. I have gotten things from American Express, Wells Fargo, literally every type of credit card company I have gotten an application for. Don't fall for it. It's a trap. They want you to be in debt because they make money off of us that way. Y'all see this? This is one of the things that I'm talking about. So it says that I'll have 3 offers for new credit cards, and I have 12 offers for personal loans. I don't know why they have this on here to tempt the people, because it'll just continue to put you into credit card debt, which I feel like this app is, I don't know, it's giving me mixed signals. Do you want me to improve my credit, or do you want me to be more set back? Let me know. I'll take the 3 extra points. Just be a little bit more cautious about those types of notifications. And I believe when I first filmed my video, it was around 704 on the scale of good. My credit score went up, baby. It's 707 right now. Stop it. Look, at least it's not going down. I can appreciate the 3 extra points because it makes me feel like we're moving slow and steady in the right direction. Keep in mind though, like when you start making payments on your credit card, it will take about 30 days, I think, to like 45 days for it to reflect on Credit Karma. It also gives you like the TransUnion and then also the Equifax scores. Mine are the same. From my research, looking at sites like Credit Karma versus Experian can show you a different score. So Experian shows today, the same day as my Credit Karma, that my credit score is 731. So it definitely improved since I first downloaded the apps. Would love to be in like the very good section. I'm like borderline almost there. So that's what I'm personally working my way through this year, is achieving that goal. I think, you know, once you have really good credit, my parents always say you could literally do anything, and I think it is nice to be where I'm at. I never really assumed I had poor credit. It was just something I never really cared to examine, like I said before, and that's me not being responsible. And I'm just changing those habits of just having that awareness of what exactly is going on for me. So I'm not surprised if I go turn up to an apartment this year and I fill out an application and they're like, girl, you're declined, you have shitty credit. I'm like, oh my god, I didn't know. No, we don't want to be in that headspace. So I definitely do recommend Credit Karma just as like a base, so you know the things that are going on. So I think I'm gonna come back in maybe like 2 months, continue with the little hacks and the tips that I've learned, and see if we can get some improvements on the score, and hopefully it will continue to go back up, because I mean, I hope it doesn't go down. That's terrible. I know my dad was telling me this week, we were talking, he paid off a credit card and it actually dropped his credit score. Like, these things don't make sense. Of course it will bounce back up eventually, but like, they want you to have a record of credit, so paying off something in full is not going to make your credit score jump up immediately. And I think one of my subscribers commented on my debt video, like, it is crazy for us to be held to these standards of having good credit as Americans, for example, yet the country as a whole has shitty credit because we're in so much debt as a country. So how you finna hold the citizens accountable having excellent credit in this economy with inflation being so sky high, we can't even afford essentials and basics and food? It's this downward spiral, and I'm not gonna get into that in too much detail, but I was looking into like places like New York City and how the housing just is not affordable for anyone. They're building these new high-rise apartments, but it's not affordable living. Like, you can't live comfortably on $200,000 a year. Like, imagine. So it's like they're making us be put in these poor situations. Jobs are hiring. I watched this video yesterday, actually. It's funny how like my homepage recommended videos will change since getting into like finances and stuff, but there's this video about McDonald's, how McDonald's really isn't even a restaurant, it's based on real estate. And I was like, what do you mean it's not a restaurant? Because I'm pretty sure they sell burgers and fries, but they work off of franchises. So McDonald's will own a small portion of like 40,000 McDonald's in America, but they're having these franchises where people will own them. They basically pay McDonald's rent with these crazy amounts of fees for the packaging, the food. They have to pay the employers, they have to pay the taxes, the rent for the actual land. McDonald's will own the land, but you have to kind of run everything as a franchise, but you basically have no money in return as a franchise owner. I can't remember what the video was called, but it just reminded me how fast food isn't even what fast food used to be. Like, back when I was a kid, like, we would always go get fast food because we had no money. Like, y'all heard my dad say we were bankrupt at one point in time, so we would go get our little Happy Meals, whatever, and it would be affordable at the time. And now it's just not even affordable fast food for shit quality food. It's like, what are you even paying for? People that are in low income areas, people that don't have money to spend on groceries, tend to fall back on fast food because it is freaking affordable. But now it's not. You're looking at like a meal, I think they said it was around $15, $11, and that is honestly the price of, I can't even say Chipotle, because you can even notice like Chipotle had raised the prices. And the problem is, with inflation, you have to raise these prices so that the people can afford to pay the employees. I think in California they had passed a law that fast food workers have to make a minimum wage of $20 an hour, which is more than the standard hourly wage of other jobs, which I think is like 16. So what do you think you have to do? They're not making as much money to kind of compensate the wages that they have to pay, so they're laying off workers. And maybe that kind of makes sense, because in a few videos ago I was telling you guys about how everyone says that they're hiring. People go in for these positions and they don't get the job even though they're definitely qualified. Maybe they just can't afford to pay the people. Like, it's just this downward spiral that I'm just seeing in our society right now. Like, I don't recommend y'all go to fast food with these prices. I had a terrible weekend where I was not at my house. I was staying at my dad's, so I was using Uber Eats to get Taco Bell. And I also ordered a pickup order, which was so dumb, for a cookie place, Insomnia Cookies, and my brother went to go pick them up. Prices were inflated on the app, obviously, to use the service by like $10. The taxes, the service fee, it's not worth it. And I'm like, these prices don't make sense. Why are we spending $30 to feed one person at Taco Bell? Like, at this point, you can go to a nice sit-down restaurant for that amount of money. So fast food is not what it used to be. It's not affordable anymore. So the whole argument is, who is fast food for? What is the target market if it's not affordable food where it used to be, you know, in those like food deserts? Overpopulated, oversaturating, low-income areas. You're not having access to grocery stores with fresh produce. You're very limited, surrounded by a lot of processed foods and corner stores and, you know, ABC stores. It's just something to think about, literal food for thought. So I will not be using Uber Eats anymore. I will not be participating in, I can't say ever, but I'm going to be more aware of what type of food I get and the quality of the food, because the influx of the prices is absolutely insane for food that is not nutritious. It's not affordable anymore, and there's really no point if you think about it. The quality of McDonald's is not improving, okay? And at some point it falls on us as consumers to make those decisions to stop going there, and maybe it will force the industry to change. And the thing that sucks is they're constantly upping the price, upping the price, upping the price of these goods and foods and essentials, necessities. But again, I said this before, they're not upping the wages so that we can afford these things. Like, we're still making the same amount of money, but the prices of these things are going up. So how are we even going to continue to afford these before these places go out of business? One of my subbies also commented, like, she works in like a retail store, kind of like a Target, and she said that they're constantly inflating the prices and she can't even afford the things that are in the store anymore. Like, it's just a mess. So I feel like obviously this came from Rona, and whether it was intentional or not, it's what we're living with now, and it's something that we need to be more aware of when we are trying to be smarter with our finances and trying to get in a better position and not be in debt and stuff like that. So I just wanted to kind of conclude this video on some stuff that I was looking into this weekend and some realizations and where I won't be going anymore. Yeah, I really hate that I like Taco Bell. It's gotta go. It's really gotta go. Thumbs up this video if you enjoy videos like this. Subscribe if you guys are new. And I will catch you guys in my next vlog very soon. Bye!